Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you for making a very excellent statement at the opening of this hearing. I'd like to be associated with your remarks. Ambassador Lighthizer, Bob, welcome back to the committee. Last year at this committee's trade agenda hearing, and in many conversations we have had since, we discussed concerns I continue to hear in farm country, the dire need to expand and explore new markets. Unfortunately, the ag economy has not seen improvements. It's become more concerning. In the last year, the United States, I believe, has lost its title as a reliable supplier. That is certainly not a good thing. We've seen Mexico turn to Argentina to purchase wheat and Brazil for corn. These should be sales with the U.S., not the other countries. The Kansas wheat crop is still on the ground. We've got another crop coming on, I hope. But that crop should be on the Kansas City Southern Railway headed for Mexico. And I think probably at this juncture, I'd like to give you a little farm report. Wichita, Kansas, the latest government crop report estimates that about 1% of the wheat in Kansas is in excellent condition. 1%, 10% is good, all the rest is poor or very poor. That assessment comes at the same time the topsoil moisture supplies were rated as short or very short across 81% of our state. I don't know what we did to Mother Nature, but she sure isn't being very helpful. We are dry, we're having a drought, we have wheat at the Dodge City elevator hovering around $4. It was $7 about 3 years ago. We even have in eastern Colorado and western Kansas a hotline for people that are considering suicide. Now that's pretty bad. I mean, that's a very dire situation. We have a situation, however, that is being recognized by the White House and yourself. We just had a good visit before that. Thank you for being very candid. Ray Starling, Special Assistant to the President for Agriculture, Trade, and Food Assistance, said the other day that insistence on free and reciprocal trade, and then obviously we plan to examine that on a case-by-case as those threats materialize. We will do everything within our power to protect our farmers from that sort of egregious behavior, he said. Then said if that results in retaliation against us, then that tells you something about the state of free and fair trade. My message back to Ray is that if the shoe fits, he ought to wear it. You said yesterday before Ways and Means on a 4-hour marathon, you have to think about counter-retaliation. You have to think about programs for farmers who are in this situation. I mean, there's a lot of things outside my realm that have to be considered. I would suggest probably talking with Sonny Perdue. I know you have done that, our Secretary of Agriculture. And then you said that you have tasked one of your deputies, Deputy USTR Jeffrey Jerish, with a portfolio covering in Asia on the possibility of deals with Philippines, Vietnam, and Japan. Would you put in Taiwan there? Because they visited with me along with a lot of other people. Senator Stabenow, who has left the committee right now, and I have talked at great length about some kind of relief for farmers on a case-by-case basis. I think somebody said on the staff that maybe we could have a Trump tariff payment, a TTP instead of TPP. I would much prefer we do something else. We need to sell our product, and we need to sell it to about everybody we can think of. So I encourage you to really think about this. If we continue down this road, we may have to consider some kind of a payment on a case-by-case basis to farmers. So my message to you is this. It's simple. In 2018, the USTR's trade agenda must include a focus on returning the United States to being a reliable supplier, and the USTR must actively pursue markets to sell our products. Any place that you can sell grain, anything that you can give is hope to a very bad situation, not only in Kansas, but all over the country. On the very day that this committee was talking to the President, sorghum producers were in my office. By the way, it's sorghum, not sour gum, as some have said in the administration. And I don't understand when that basis points went off 80 points, and we were talking with the President. Senator Toomey was flying at 30,000 feet talking about trade policy. Senator Portman, of course, used to be the trade rep, and he added his advice. Senator Thune is not here right now, and myself tried to protect agriculture, and we went all around the room. I've had over 100 people Kansas farmers in our ag hearing room with kids, and they were wondering if they could farm the next year, this next crop year. I don't know what kind of a crop we're going to have, but it's bad unless weather changes. And we still have our past crop on the ground, and we're not moving it. So we're in a dire fix. We're trying to write a farm bill here, and it's with a backdrop of severe budget limitations, and we know that we have to do that. But if we have to go down the road with a special payment with regards to retaliation, that just adds another dust-up right before the farm bill. This is not a good situation. Now, I've gone over 30 seconds, but I just feel a lot better because I woke up pretty cranky. If you would like to respond, sir, I think we've had a private talk. I would be delighted to hear anything you might want to say.
I would just say